All right, so here are my Twitter memoirs that I showed you in class. I just want to show you how to do the word count and how to format this so that you can submit it properly and using the guidelines set. So the way you see it now is kind of the way you should normally set up a paper. It's got the 1-inch margins all around. It's Times New Roman, size 12 font. I've got my name, date, and the class. I titled it Twitter Memoirs, centered the title, and then I wrote my tweets. Now, usually this would be double spaced if it was like a traditional essay, but remember, you don't have to do all this. I'm going to know who submitted it because you're submitting it to Canvas under your own name. So it's fine if you leave that off. And if you want to play around with the fonts, you can as well. So the first thing I'm going to do when I'm creating my tweets here, after I've written them or while writing them, is I'm going to highlight just one of the tweets because I'm going to get a character count and make sure I'm staying under that 140 character limit. So when I go down to the bottom of my screen, I see this 28 of 56 words here. I can go ahead and click that and it'll give me more details about the section I highlighted. So if you look, I have characters no spaces, characters with spaces. We are definitely counting spaces. So right here, I kind of came in just under the limit at 139. So one of the things that I asked you to do was to make sure you included the character count in your tweets. Now, if I don't want that kind of disturbing the flow of my tweet, I'm like, I don't like it right there at the end, I can go ahead and just enter it down below and then just leave some extra space before the next one. Maybe space this out a little bit too. Just because this isn't an essay and I can do that if I want. I'm going to go ahead and do the second one. So I'm going to highlight the whole second tweet. I'm going to click the 19 of 57 words and then characters with spaces, it came out to 138. So I'm going to go ahead and add that number in there. I don't know why that came out to be a different font size, so let's just add it here and move it down. There we go. All right. The next thing I asked you to do is to make sure to highlight or underline different colors, the express and reflect parts of your tweets. Because remember, that's what we're doing. We're expressing something that happened in our life or some event or some moment in our life. And then we're reflecting on it and coming up with a new thought. So when I wrote these, it took kind of a while for me to express what happened. So only the last line here is reflect. And the same thing with this one. Only the last line is reflect. It could be you could say what happened in your tweet in one sentence. Like, there was one time where I lost my job, and I was unemployed for a while. So I could say unemployed for a while. And that could be my express, and everything else I say in that tweet could be my reflect. So it might look different for you. But I'm going to go ahead and just select the part that is my express. And I kind of like the blue and green theme I had going in my PowerPoint, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to do blue for my express here. I'll do blue for my express here. For my reflect, I'm going to change the color to green. And then change the color to green. And if I want to, I can also underline this as well. Like, it's up to you. Just as long as they look different. Now, the other thing I asked you guys to do was indicate to me which one you thought was better. So I think this one is actually better. So I'm going to go ahead and give that one maybe just some asterisks. And then whichever one I think I'm willing to share, I would also write in here. So, and choose one for sharing. And if you don't want either of them shared, you can write that as well. So I can say willing to share for this one. Or I can, at the bottom, say, maybe please keep these private if I don't want any of them shared. So it would be one or the other, however you want to do it. Once you've completed this and you've met the requirements, you're going to save it. You should probably have saved it as you wrote it. But go ahead and save it somewhere. And then you're going to upload it into the assignment in Canvas. And then you're done. That's all you have to do.